Let's look at how you would fly a DME arc if your airplane has a DME instead of an IFR-approved GPS. Now, the techniques are the same as with a GPS, you just get your information a little differently. Let's say you're flying outbound from the Red Bluff VORTAC on the 357 radial. You've been cleared to intercept and fly the Red Bluff 17 nautical mile arc to the left and then to intercept the 304 radial inbound. Now, you start this arc just like you would with a GPS by leading the turn about half a mile for airspeeds less than 150 knots. So when your DME reads 16.5 nautical miles, start a 90-degree turn to the left. This will put you on a heading of 267. Now, in this case, you'll use your VOR indicator to help you keep track of your position along the arc and to tell you when to change your heading. So start by setting your OBS about 10 degrees ahead of where you are on the arc. And you'll find that it's easiest if you round the setting off to the nearest 5 degrees. In this example, since you're turning to the left from the 357 radial, set your OBS to 345. Now, as you track along the arc to the left, when the CDI needle centers, you'll know exactly where you are. Right here, you can see that you're crossing the 345 radial. And your bearing to the station is the reciprocal of the radial, 165 degrees. So in a no-wind condition, watch your heading indicator and turn the airplane to put that 165 bearing slightly in front of your left wing. Try 5 degrees in front, the same as you would with a GPS. Again, you'll be making short, straight legs to stay as close to the assigned DME arc as possible. After your CDI centers and you've adjusted your heading, repeat the steps for another short leg. Just like before, set your OBS ahead 10 degrees, this time to 335, and keep checking the DME while you wait for the CDI to center. Then repeat the process until you're within 10 degrees of the radial you're going to intercept. You'll leave the arc the same way as you would using a GPS. Lead the turn about 5 degrees for airspeeds less than 150 knots. Since you're leaving the arc on the 304 radial, set your OBS on 304 plus 5 or 309. When the CDI centers, start your turn to intercept the 304 radial. And as you start your turn, reset the OBS to your inbound course, which is the reciprocal of 304 or 124. Then watch the needle movement to adjust your turn as necessary to intercept the radial. Now, you correct for being off the curving DME track exactly the same as you do with the GPS. In this case, on the 345 radial, if the DME reads greater than 17 nautical miles, put the bearing to the station about 10 degrees in front of the wing in order to fly back closer to the station. If the DME reads less than 17 nautical miles, put the bearing to the station behind the wing. Now, if your airplane happens to have an RMI connected to the VOR, your DME arc flying skills will take a quantum leap. This thing is tailor-made for flying DME arcs. With an RMI, you have a needle that continually points to your bearing to the station, and it's overlaid on a heading indicator. This lets you see the station's relationship with your wing directly, and that makes flying a DME arc so easy, it feels like you're cheating. DME arcs are a widely used tool, and you'll often see them on approach and departure procedures. What's best is that now you've learned another way to fly them, using VOR and DME to give you the information you need.